Saludos y bienvenidos to the PGP podcast, episode 53, the T.A.L.A.S conference show. It's all about these conferences as the year ends for all of us. It's time for you to break out. I'm still a paper and pencil guy, pen. You go use your AI tool. I haven't used ChatGPT yet. And you find out, there you go, that lady right there, she's the one. And find out the conference. But we'll get into that a little bit. Hey, Josh Tovar, principal of Memorial Pathway Academy in Garland ISD, Garland, USA, ready to rock and roll. And I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for being here, part of the show. You could be doing other things, but maybe right now you're doing Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Feliz Día de la Madre, que lo celebramos nosotros del PGP Podcast ayer. Pero ustedes, mamás mexicanas, 2 días, cálmate, 2 días. But hey, welcome to the show. Please like it and share it. And another thing, we have guests from all over the world, literally all over the world, all over the country. And if you want to be part of this, please reach out to us, to me, to this young lady over here, so we could write you down. It doesn't matter what role you play in education. We want you because you're a valued member of our community, the education community, the profession that creates all the other professions. So we like to have you part of this discussion. Dr. Moreno, ¿cómo estás tú? Feliz Día de la Madre, señorita.
Oh, thank you, Josh. And yes, I do celebrate both days. So I celebrated yesterday, which was amazing. I had both my children here at home. And so I woke up this morning and I said, let's do it again. And so here we are. So I'm waiting for my second child to show up because the first one is still here. And so, yeah, I'm doing great, Josh. I love Mother's Day. And so, again, shout out to all the mothers and those that are not mothers but have pets. Let me tell you, you guys are pets of mothers because my babies, I tell my babies all the time, there's a lot of people out there who don't have children, but they do have dogs and cats. And so they are mothers of pets.
Okay. I like you too much to debate on your day about mothering dogs there, Dr. Moreno. All right, before we get started today, normally we promote an author's book, but everyone's celebrating Mother's Day across the United States, and we'll have some more authors coming in to show us what they got in writing, because this is a time right now to prepare, and that's my Chinchilagua moment. And the good thing about the crew that we have today is not like the crew that we have from Iowa and Illinois and New Jersey. They don't know what Chinchilagua is. Oh, my Lord. When I bring up Chinchilagua, they're like, what is that? How do you eat that? Chinchilagua, for those of you watching in Illinois and Wisconsin or Idaho, it's a Mexican game. I've been asking, does El Salvador play that? Does Honduras play that? I don't know. But what you do is like today, on a day like today, all the families there con la abuelita, honoring abuelita, and you all go outside and you line up and you yell, Chinchilagua y arriba, boy, and you run and you jump on top of your cousin. Then the next dude runs and jumps up against the knees. And you keep on going, and it's 8 feet high, and then someone falls. Someone falls, breaks their neck, breaks a rib, starts crying. Grandma comes out with a chancla, starts beating everybody for the little kid getting hurt. It is what it is. It's all fun and games until something happens. Well, that's my thought today. You know what? It's the end. We're in the fourth quarter, and right now we're revving up. I'm preparing for graduation at our campus. Everyone's preparing for graduations. Everyone's getting ready. But this is a time that all of us need to start writing down what worked and what didn't work. It's crucial. What PDs worked for you this year and what didn't work for you? Your parent nights. Were they successful? Were they not successful? Do you have to change the location of your parent nights? Was it a student-led conference or was it go to each classroom? Did it work for you guys? What about, did you bring in speakers? Did you not bring in speakers? What about your detentions? You might have detentions. You might have Saturday school. Did that work? Was that effective? Was it not? This is the time you write everything down and how it worked, because next year you're going to be thinking, what did we do last year? How did that work out? And those are the worst things because you know you did it, but you're already in a brand new school year. So you need to write down the things that are working effectively and not. And to close off this thought right now, it's crucial. The patterns of behavior that when I'm talking about you, I'm talking about the cafeteria worker, I'm talking about the custodian, I'm talking about the main chair, I'm talking about teachers in the classroom, everybody. How's the behavior in the school right now? What pattern did you establish in July and in August to ensure that right now you're not having those issues?
Yeah.
Right now, again, what we need to, I think it's very important that we inform it. There's a brand new TikTok challenge, and it's the destruction of private computers. We cannot not talk about it because the kids are doing it already all over TikTok. So, what practices and procedures are in place right now? But let me tell you, some of the videos that I've seen on social media, it's going to create a problem. Someone's going to get hurt. The way that the fumes of the electric device burning in the classroom, and the way that they're now, another one is the stacking. Why do kids have time to stack chairs up on the ceiling or to stack in the classroom? What have you established, you, the campus, the family campus, what have you established to ensure that that's not happening? You got to write all this down, because if you're having chaos right now, obviously something's not working, and then you become the little white dog chasing his tail. And then who do you blame? You blame the kids. You can't be blaming kids for behavior that you're tolerating since August, September, October, November. It's a self-reflective point, starting with the main chair. So I ask you, hey, principal, how's your school right now? That didn't start today. That started day one of
Mhm.
your first semester, of your first report card. What are your thoughts there, Dr. Moreno?
Josh, you're absolutely right. Oh my God, those TikTok challenges. ¿Qué más hacen? What else are these kids gonna do? Is just try and go against the grain and see what they can do? Because I mean, it's already how many? I mean, they already have a countdown, right? And so I absolutely love the fact that you also said, look at, reflect what happened this past year, and then determine what worked, what didn't. Put chart paper around the room and put these topics, right? And have others, because sometimes we don't even remember, but some other people remember. Oh, remember we failed to do this, or we did it on a night where we were competing against something else or something, just so that those same actions don't repeat itself. So I love that idea. And what other profession allows you to restart and do it again, right? I mean, we get to do it over again. We get to scratch it or tweak it, or so I absolutely love that. And this is the time, because you're right. School starts really quick, and guess what? As soon as we give our diplomas, we're already starting a new year. And
Right.
so it's super, super, super important for all of us to reflect and definitely start planning for the next year. But this is the time to work on that.
I already bought the books for next year's book study. I
What are you
already
doing?
Why Kids Hate School, edition
Okay.
number two. And then number two, already hired the speaker for first day, July the 30th. That's when we start. I already got the first speaker coming in. I already got the speaker for January coming in. And
Oh.
so, this is a time that you start prepping for the future, and you start allocating those funds
Mhm.
for the appropriate use based on what you're reflecting on right now. So keep that in the back of your mind. It might work, it might not work, but you know what? Sometimes we need to hear it sitting in the chair, sitting in the classroom. What are we doing that's effective? What are we doing that's not effective, so we don't become the little white dog chasing
Mhm.
our tail?
Mhm.
And I want you to go back into episode 46 and episode 35. Episode 46, we had Todd Bloomer, who gave us the blueprint. So if you're an administrator and you want to learn from a guy 28 years in education, check out Todd Bloomer in his book. He came to promote it a couple of weeks ago. And episode 35 with Martin Silverman out of San Antonio. He was an educator for over 40 years, and he put
Mhm.
in all his thoughts on creating a great culture for a campus. So if you need a little refresher, reach out to those cats. Make sure you get that book. And let me tell you, once you reach out on social media to them, they will get back to you. But like I said, it's time for conferences. I'll be going to Talas. I'll be presenting there. Thank you, Talas. And I'll be presenting at TASSP in June. And so 'tis the season. And so today we have an awesome panel of educators that are joining us on the PGP podcast. That's part of the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four. Every Saturday, we got Coach Hurt at 10 o'clock. We got Tammy and Shika at 10:30. Principal Cafele at 10:55. And we're the bookend, the fourth show of this awesome four group of educators, the PGP podcast. Welcome, panel. Thank you for being here tonight. I hand it over to the awesome Dr. Moreno.
Thank you, Josh. Again, guys, I am so excited to be in great company with all of you today. And before we get started, you guys, I think it's important for us to tell the audience a little bit about ourselves. So I'm going to start off with Gabriel. Okay, so Gabriel, here's your question. And it's for everybody, but just listen to the question, Gabriel, because you're first. I want you to tell the audience what is your current role. And then I want you to tell me where are you currently at? Like what school district or what city? And then I also want you to make sure that in talking about what you're doing, what other roles did you do you also have in education, or did you have in other education positions, and which one was your favorite? I know it's a lot to unpack, but a little bit of background, so that's all I'm asking.
Sounds good. Hello, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all those moms out there. My name is Gabriel Lopez. I am the current principal over at Bel Air Middle School in the Isleta Independent School District in El Paso, Texas. I've been an educator this is my 17th year in education. It's taken me on a journey as a high school English teacher. That was my first start for 7.5 years. And then I took on a role as an instructional coach, then assistant principal, and I was, through the good graces of preparation, success, and God. Now my current role as a principal of a middle school. All the roles, I want to say principal so far has been my favorite because I think it encompasses every role that I've done so far. You're still a teacher at heart. You're still an instructional leader. The campus looks to you for that. You're still an instructional coach. You're trying to coach your teachers. You're trying
Mhm.
to really build capacity in everybody that is on that campus. Your assistant principal never comes off, so I'm ready to jump in if discipline or if anything else comes in line. And so, and then of course as principal, the accountability piece really, it comes back
Yeah.
to you. What are you best doing on your campus to ensure that these stakeholders, and more importantly, your best customers, the students, are having the best educational experience during their time.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And remind me again, how many years have you been in the actual chair?
This is
17.
I'm finishing my third year in the chair, 17 years in education.
Third year in the chair. Okay. I'm writing my notes here. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Gabriel. How about you, Danielle?
Hey guys, happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
I love working with this guy over here, Mr. Lopez. But my name is Daniel Medina. This is my 17th year, wrapping up 17th year in education. I think the best title I have is not a title at all. It's actually dad. And you guys can probably hear kids in the background right now. Got 7 kids. So I got to give you guys, my wife and I have been blessed to have 7 kids. And so that's kind of the staple there that everybody kind of gives me a hard time about. But love what I do. I'm a principal at Riverside Middle School in El Paso, Texas, in the Isleta Independent School District, the district. And we do amazing things for kids. We serve an economically disadvantaged population of about 92% at Riverside. Absolutely love it. This is my 4th year at Riverside. Love the community, hardworking. They have obstacles. They have incredible things that they have to overcome. And I love just absolutely helping them overcome those. Whether loving them up, giving them a high five, pushing them academically and setting those high academic standards. So that's what we do for our kids, and our mantra is for the valley. And that's what we're for, kids. And at the end of the day is what we want to be known for. And we want to be known for taking care of our kids and our community. And that's what we do in Isleta.
Awesome, awesome. And what level? You said you're a principal at middle school, or is it
Yes, ma'am. Middle
middle
school.
school?
6th grade.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How about you, Dr. Melendez?
Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. Well, I am a school principal in Canutillo ISD in El Paso, Texas. I've been a principal I'm finishing up my 6th year. Um, I think I'm going to agree with Gabe. I mean, Gabe just kind of talked about just the different roles and how that prepared him to be just a great principal. I think my favorite has been been an instructional coach. I feel like as an instructional coach, I was able to really elevate my learning as an instructional leader. And when it came the time to be the principal, I was able to utilize all those skills and be able to elevate that learning for myself, for the teachers, for the community, and for everyone around me. Um, I also serve as president-elect of T.A.L.A.S El Paso chapter, so I'm very proud of that. So I'm very, very excited to be here. This is definitely a great audience. I love these people, all of you amazing educators, and I'm just looking forward to all the learning today and what's happening in the educational world.
Awesome, Jessica. And we're going to learn more about Talas in just a few minutes. I'm super excited that you already mentioned that in your intro because you play a big, big role in putting this together. So we're going to hear all about that in just a few minutes. Dr. Alma, how about you?
Hi,
Your favorite?
everyone.
Mhm.
Blessed Sunday and happy Mother's Day. I will tell you that I've been in education 20 plus years, and I am currently an assistant superintendent of schools with Pflugerville ISD. And Pflugerville is 12 miles north of Austin, northeast of Austin. So if you blink and you're going north on 35, you'll miss it. But we are pretty much a suburb in the Austin area. Before coming to Austin, to the Austin area, I was in Laredo, Puro 956, right
Oh,
before the town.
956 in the valley.
Yes. And so I will tell you that for me, in all of the roles that I've held, being a teacher, an assistant principal, and a principal, now an assistant soup, teaching has been the greatest joy for me and the greatest experience because through teaching, I was able to not impact students, but also add tools to my toolbox. So, like everything that I know about curriculum and instruction and leading and engaging community and parents and advocacy came from being in the classroom. And so I feel like being on the field and getting to know how our students learn and what are those best practices has allowed me to share those with the like as an assistant principal and then as a principal and now supporting principals. I have been able to scale those practices and multiply it and really advocate for our Latino students and how they learn and what resources and networks of supports they need to be successful. So I'll tell you that's been the best. And not only that, I truly love planning in the summer for how the classroom will look. As Joshua was saying, the processes, the procedures, the field trips, like, and so every spring going into summer, it's like a renewed sense of I'm gonna get it right this year. Things didn't go well, but I'm gonna refine my processes, my skills. I learned this, and I'm going to apply them. So happy to be here.
So excited. And you're right. You're going to learn so much also from different conferences, right? And gathering all these really cool ideas that you've learned throughout the year. And then we're going to put some structures in place and then make it a fabulous year, right? So
Yes.
awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And welcome again to our show. And Josh, take it away.
Big shout out to Shika, my sister from South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. Thank you for being here, part of the Fantastic Four family. Remember our four podcast. Dot McKeever Jeter. Yes, I see you. I'm saying your name. All right. Out of Illinois. Thank you for checking us out again and always being the great PR person that you are for the Fantastic Four. Miguel Castillo. Yes, go big red, loyal forever, right there. Worked there many years at that school. Great shout out. Thank you. And Melissa Jones Chunu out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. So I want to go right now directly to the presidenta. Eso.
Oh.
No, eso, a la presidenta. So, Jess, let me ask you something right now. You know, we all know on the here on the call that there's tons of conferences. You know, Mari and I had the honor of going to North Carolina. You know, you could go anywhere as long as you find the right niche for you. And summer is the conference time. So you could go here, learn, present, whatever it might be. And Dallas has a great panel, a great group of educators coming into the 915 area. And just for the record, that is the best Mexican food, not the valley. Not the valley.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it right there. All right. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah,
And so in Dallas, I want you as the president, please educate somebody that might be in Colorado, Nuevo Mexico, Arizona, that might not know about it. You know, I just found out of a local conference here in the DFW. I think it's called Beams. I never knew about that. And it's here in my backyard. And it's something for the kind of campus that I work in, my home. and it's very important that we spread the news that are the opportunities, the learning opportunities. So please, Jess, Señorita Presidenta, tell us about Talas. Tell us about this conference. When was it organized? A bit. Obviously, you don't need to give me a whole dissertation and progress report with APA format style, but just tell us about the organization. Who could be there? When was it created? What was the purpose? Is it tied to a national organization? What is it? What is Talas? Let's educate them peeps in Illinois, in Florida.
Oh, thank you, Josh. I love your energy, by the way. It's a great way to just do this, this podcast on this beautiful Sunday. I think it's important to just start by saying what is T.A.L.A.S? What does it stand for? And it really is the Texas Association of Latino Administrators and Superintendents. And so this is a summit that it's really been put together by the T.A.L.A.S El Paso chapter and the state T.A.L.A.S organization. So it's really a premier organization for the growth and the advancement of just Latino learners and leaders. And it just provides that leadership development, collective impact, advocacy, and a proactive voice for Latino and not Latino leaders. So pretty much it's for everyone. It's really an organization that's focused on elevating that learning. You asked in your questions who can attend this conference. It really is for everyone. We have Alma; she is an associate superintendent. We have Daniel, Gabe, Rob. They're principals. They're presenting at the conference. We have teachers presenting at the conference. We have just so many different educators across the state of Texas that are coming together in one place in El Paso to represent their school districts. We have 25 school districts across Texas coming to El Paso next weekend. That's just amazing. It's just mind blowing. It's an opportunity to network. It's an opportunity to talk to maybe people you haven't seen in a while. Maybe you know them. I know Josh. I am so looking forward to meeting you. I've been in your show a few times, and I am so looking forward to meeting you in person. And so it's a great way to connect, to learn, and just come together as educators. We have 301 attendees so far registered. Yeah, our dinner, which is the night before, a La Nube Steam Discovery Center, is sold out. So no more tickets for that, but we do have a few spots for our conference. We have 39 presentations. They're designed and prepared to elevate your learning by educators like all of us. And so really is a great way to connect and to learn together.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing all those thoughts and all those ideas. And I'm going to ask you like a very silly question. So, my team members here know because I'm from El Paso. When I left to Dallas, there are a lot of other organizations out there. So there's a lot of African American organizations in this area. When you're in El Paso, there's a different mentality. There's a different mentality. But when you come to a big city, there's a lot of niche. I'm using the term niche. I am, okay? And so people started inviting me to GABC, a lot of African American organizations. So obviously, being in El Paso and we don't have that, I'm ignorant, and I'm using the clinical term of that, the definition of that. So I'm going to ask you, because I asked this, can I go? Because it's Latino, it's Latin. Can anyone go? Is everyone invited to that?
That's a great question. I think the way that I answer this question, are you committed to making a difference? Are you an educator? Are you empowered by meeting new people and just learning from one another, elevating that professional growth? Then yes, you have to be there. If you're an advocate for your community, an advocate for your state, an advocate for your nation, then yes, you are welcome to join. There's really not any limitations as far as joining. Anybody can join. The beauty about this summit that we're having next weekend is that we have sessions for everyone. So if you're a teacher, if you're an instructional coach, if you're a paraprofessional, if you're a principal, if you're a central office district leader, if you are a superintendent, we're having superintendents, in a panel in different sessions. We have our keynote, Ms. Diana Sayavedra, who is the EPISD superintendent. And we also have Dr. Richard Carranza from IXL. So we have wonderful educators at any level that are coming together to just share that knowledge and that love. So really the way to answer your question is that it's for everyone who wants to learn and wants to be that impact in their community.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Doc. So let me go to the panel real quick. Hey, Daniel, how did you get involved with Talas? What got you involved and what got you hooked in on presenting? Now, let's not go into detail, just about getting involved with Talas. We'll go into the sessions in a little bit down the line. But you, yourself, Daniel, what got you hooked in? How did you become aware of Talas? Because I wasn't aware of it when I was back then, for 6, 7 years ago. We didn't have such a strong program like you do right now when I left it. So, how did you get involved into the organization and become part of the conference?
The education has changed such a lot. It's made, a lot of changes have come, and when you could surround yourself with people, like-minded people that are going to be for kids, to improve education, to give all our kids an opportunity to fight poverty. And in a lot of the cases, that's what we do. We're in the forefront. And when I could present and be next to my partner Gabe Lopez or Rob Robledo, I'm not alone. And so you're learning hands-on what I can do to my campus next week, tomorrow. What can I do? So this is our third time presenting, and just thank you for the committee for allowing us to do this. But we are principals that are not perfect. We are consistently learning. This is a difficult time with budget and the political time that we're in right now, and so we're not alone. And so this conference reminds us that we have people that have our backs and that they're with us. They're along the way. Gabe Lopez down the street from me, Rob Robledo. We all serve maybe different demographics, but we serve kids. And I'm sure Dr. Castillo and everybody else and Ms. Dr. Carrillo, we serve kids, and that's the most important thing. And so knowing that you have a team behind you to just be along the way. I ask questions. Hey, I do this at my school too, and this works for me, or maybe this doesn't work for me. This is a year. This is the time of reflection right now, and so it's a perfect time to close out your year and what can we do next year already. And so it's an amazing opportunity. Very grateful and thankful that we have this opportunity to share, and what we're learning.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Gabriel, how did you get involved with Talas? How did you get involved with the conference?
So kind of like Daniel said, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. So I think in the area of education, it's great to always ask questions and ask questions about what works and what doesn't work. So as an inspired administrator, that's where I first started networking, and then as through our district, we were part of a new leadership academy. So it was a new group of principals that were being, brought together, and through that's where we kind of really networked. And then we got introduced to Talas through some of those principals, and one of them said, "Hey, Rob. Hey, Danny. Hey, Gabe. How do you guys feel about presenting at Talas?" And kind of looked at each other and we're like, "Okay, what are we going to talk about?" But then when we really started talking about it and really kind of breaking it down, and like Danny said, the three different, demographics on our campus, the three makeups, our stakeholders are different, and really talking about that and then sharing our stories. Last year we got to present at TASP. So just kind of networking again, and then really, really showing that, hey, we're real, we're there, we're going through it, and we're living it just like you are. It's an ever-changing landscape education. So I'm grateful and glad that someone really invited us to come in and first go as participants and then invite us for the past 3 years to be presenters.
Eso, muy bien, muy bien. Thank you, Gabriel, for sharing that. Welcome, September Devon, part of our Fantastic Four family, and Stacy L. Joy. Thank you for reaching out and being part of the T.A.L.A.S Conference podcast show. When my old boss left Isleta to go to Pflugerville, first of all, it took me 3 years to figure out how to spell Pflugerville. I always thought it started with an F, and no, she's like, no, not an F. What are you talking about? Pflugerville. This Mexican did not know how to spell Pflugerville for a long time. But then I found out there is such a thing. I always thought of Dr. Seuss. Dr. Alma,
Yeah.
how did you get involved with Talas at Pflugerville?
Yes. So Pflugerville, for anyone that's hearing, it really starts with a PF. And so the P is silent. And so Josh, I had the same experience, and so did my husband moving up here. We were saying we were trying to figure it out and use all of our preconceived notions of vowel sounds, and we got it wrong, but now we have it right. I will tell you, when we came in 2019 to the area, my husband and I, found that there was a niche for our community to want to get together to build community. But most importantly, there was some hunger expressed within our Latino leaders to want to elevate themselves and their skills. And so I reached out to the T.A.L.A.S organization 3 years ago, and we had just come out of COVID and we were trying to get ourselves situated. And thankfully, this year we were able to launch the Citalas affiliate here in the area. And I am now part of the ex officiado board of Citalas. And so I will say that it's been a work in progress, but I'm so happy to be here, being able to present at the state conference in El Paso. But I will tell you, it came out of seeing and hearing our Latino leaders in the area want to build community, want to have the skill set, want to get elevated, want to build a network, and learn from those that have done the work and have a way forward for us, right? So it was more of, all right, we have to jumpstart this work. Let's get back together on it and build that network of supports that our young Latino leaders are seeking. There's so much hunger, and our Latino leaders elevating their skill set to get to the positions at a table that, it was like, okay, we got to do something about this, and let's start working to fulfill that pipeline of Latino leaders that we need, especially for our kids, right? So when we go into campuses, we don't see a lot of us at the forefront. So the representation for our children and our students in schools is really important. From the teachers to the APs to the instructional coaches to, assistant soup, central office, superintendents. It's such an important work to do so that we can scale ourselves, so that our students can see themselves where they haven't seen before. And so that's the why, that's the work. And so happy to be in El Paso and meet every single one of you in person.
Perfect, Doc. Appreciate those words. And that's one of the other eye opening. And Dr. Alma can agree with me and Dr. Moreno. When you leave your little niche, like the 915 or 956, and you go to these big cities, there's not a lot of us. I'm not trying to make this a silo conversation. I'm not trying to, it's a fact.
Yeah.
When you go into these districts like Wiley, Rockwall, Carrollton Farmers Branch, I've never heard of none of these places till now that I live over here. And then you just find out that the leadership roles, there's not a lot of minorities in there. I'm just presenting a fact. I'm not trying to put anything down, no system down, no nothing, but it's true. How can a kid from El Paso of poverty look up to and not see himself in that role without having someone to see, hey, I walked your shoes. Yo fui tú. Yo puedo hacer lo que tú puedes hacer lo que yo hice. You can do what I did. And it's so crucial by having different minority groups in there. And it's crucial that we hire what our population looks like. That's what, I try to do myself right there. So thank you for sharing that. It's a very important thing because we're so sheltered in certain communities. And I could tell you that, especially in the 915, I can't speak about the Valley, but when you go into these big cities, it's a total radical change it takes you, even though you have an education and you've been well versed on life, till you walk into Pashto, Urdu, Swahili, Vietnamese, Arabic. When you run into all these, you're like, espérate, hold on, hold on. I became a double newcomer. Hold on, all right, because I don't understand you. So it's very important. I just wanted to build up on that. So if you're a aspiring administrator out there that is within the minority ranks, our kids need to see you. I'm on the way out. I'm on the retirement road. Dr. Moreno already left. And so those of you that are in the future chair sitters, please make sure that we keep on promoting organizations like this so that our kids have a good aspect of it. And yes, Miguel, it's with a P. It's Pflugerville. It's Pflugerville. The way that you enunciated right there. So thank you very much for those thoughts and those ideas about the T.A.L.A.S conference. Stick, Dr. Moreno, stick.
Oh my goodness, Josh, let me tell you, if you're talking about the 956, so I graduated from Edinburgh High School back in the Valley, right? And let me tell you, when I talk about, I never saw diversity. It was all little, Hispanics and Mexicans and all in the Valley. So when I was growing up, that's all I saw. So here I am moving. I go to Houston, Texas. And let me tell you, the Urdu, the Swahili, the Oromo, the everything, right? So I was culture shock. I was like, whoa. And then becoming assistant principal over a school, and then eventually a principal over a school of 72 countries speaking 42 languages. Wow. Right. So it's just amazing. So you're right when you talk about, kind of making sure that we provide these avenues and this access to our kids. So here's my question, you guys, and I'm going to start off. This is really around your sessions, and so I'm gonna talk to the presenters first, Jessica, and then I'm gonna kind of change it around, and then you can tell me about some overall sessions that also will be presented there. So, Daniel, let's start off with you. Tell the audience the goal of your session there at T.A.L.A.S. And just kind of just a small brief summary. And when are you presenting so that everybody knows to go check you out?
All right. So you're going to get three perspectives, three different campuses. And you're also we're going to give you real time coaching. So it's going to be on coaching, conversations, and the culture, climate and culture. And so each of us will take a part of that and how the district has supported us to really have conversations with our teachers on the spot coaching. And even documenting those, because we also, perfect world, we want our teachers to grow just like us. We're doing this to grow ourselves. So we are taking on a coaching role, just like a coach on the field, on the court. So we're in those classrooms, and the perspective of us just sitting there and giving the walkthrough and entering it, see me later, or look at the walkthrough. If we need a coach on the spot, we're going to coach on the spot. But also it involves having a relationship with those teachers to be able to do that. So like that, the students will see the principal, the administration, the coaches working together with the teacher to better improve student outcomes. And so our district has provided us a lot of support this year with a blueprint of coaching, coaching up our teachers and our staff to better those outcomes for our kids. And all kids can learn. It's just how can they learn? And it's just reaching them. And so there'll be different parts. And then, of course, the impact of the culture. How is this impacting the culture? Because it's accountability, it's documentation, it's walkthroughs, but also how to utilize all those resources to better serve our kids and our community. So you're going to get a lot of hands-on things that we've done from A-rated campuses to B-rated campuses, to anybody could walk away with things that they can apply tomorrow.
Awesome. So your session is going to be on coaching, right? Coaching in the classroom. Is there one strategy that you can kind of just tease us with, that you can maybe tell us that principals out there should be doing for coaching?
It's being presently present in the classroom. It's not being on this thing. It's being presently present and being able. You have to know what are you watching. You have to know the lesson plans. You have to see where they're at in the lesson plans in order to see how to help the teacher. And so you've got to be presently present in the classroom. And sometimes it's not even a walkthrough. It's just in there. It's just coach. You want to be on the bench. You're on the bench and you're like, hey, let's do this together. Or maybe what if we adjusted here? And so we're going to give real-time examples of what we're doing to coach our tier 1 teachers and to our tier 3 teachers. We need.
I love that. So you're going to also differentiate between the different teachers. So I love that. I think that's going to be a fabulous session. And so hopefully we can, again, provide that support for all of those coaching, because teachers coach other teachers as well, right? And administrators coach also does coaching. So awesome. Thank you, Daniel. How about you, Gabriel? What is your session all about?
So I'm one of the co-presenters with Danny, and the other guy, excuse me, is Rob. So we're presenting at 10:30, and kind of like Danny said, we sat back and we talked about what have we been doing as a district and at our campuses this year, and really it has been that coaching, because we know that the profession has kind of lost its attractiveness. The hiring pools aren't as full as they used to be.
True.
What we've seen coming back from COVID is, yes, we're out of the COVID in terms of talking about it, but yet there's still a COVID effect on parents, on students, even on some of our teachers. So really looking at how the coaching impacts, you know, how the conversations will impact the coaching impacts the culture, and how it's all tied together, because some of our veteran teachers also need that, because they got into a little bit, they weren't able to adapt, and then you have your new teachers coming in who also need that coaching. And what we're trying to do is really make the profession accessible for everybody. And what we really want to
Mm-hmm.
do is make sure that there's that support there, so that if there is a teacher who's considering, hey, this isn't for me, it's a lot harder than it used to be. Well, yes, it is, but let's give you some strategies. So that's what we're hoping. One of the things that our participants take away from our session is some things that they can implement on their campus to help their teachers, veteran, newbies, wherever they may be, so that they can really sustain, and then really make that the profession a lot more attractive like it used to be, because not everybody can teach.
Yeah.
And we want to bring those people in, because they're out there, and we want to make it and show them that you're not on an island, you're part of a family. And let's bring it all together, and let's bring everybody in.
And there's a lot of alternative certification folks also coming into this profession, right? And so they also need support, because they just assume that, teaching is easy or teaching is fun, and it's work, right? And not that it can't be done, but we just got to make sure that we are supporting. So awesome. Thank
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
Gabriel, for elaborating on Daniel. Dr. Gonzalez.
Yes. So, Dr. Moreno, I want to go back to something you said that it's really resonating with me, because you talked about being sheltered in the 956. And so, a lot of my formative years in education were in the 956, and I was truly sheltered. So, like, I would read a lot, and I would read about diversity and inclusion and the work and our Latino kids, our Hispanic kids, but I never truly lived it. It wasn't until I left the 956 that I came to the Austin area that I got to see myself second guessing my leadership skills, my experience, and also what I was bringing to the table. So I grappled with some type of imposter syndrome, and then also second guessing who I was as a person. And I was like, this cannot just be me. Like, I'm pretty sure there's other folks that are experiencing this. And so my session is on that, right? What AI can do for you, and how we amplify our Latino leadership through authenticity. And so in my session on Saturday morning, we will explore how we leverage our cultural values, our lived experiences to inform how we lead. And really grounding ourselves in that we don't have to be an and or, we could be both and. And so walking that notion of, yes, we're leaders, yes, it's our cultural scripts, yes, it's our lived experiences, but we're going to show up authentic with who we are, right? And so my session will talk about how we show up unapologetically, how we self advocate for each other, but most importantly, how we build upon our culture experiences and our values and our resilience to empower others and build that road or that pathway for those Latinos that are counting on us to make it happen. And so I really just want to be there to model what it is to be that both and, that we don't have to let go of who we are, that in fact we have a lot of assets to bring to the table and to be ourselves fulfilled and empowered to not second guess what we have or what we're bringing, but rather to use that and leverage for the advantage of the public school system, of the students that see us in these roles, and also for the district and systemic changes that are needed in order for our students to be successful. So it's all about self-reflection, leaning on ourselves, leaning on our beliefs, our cultures, and empowering us to move forward.
I wish I would attend your session, because that just sounds amazing. And I'm so glad that you're doing that, because it's so important for us to do exactly what you just said to ensure that our kids are getting the best out of us, right? And so thank you so much. And I wish I know you're going to have a fabulous session, because it sounds like it's going to be amazing already. So, and
Oh,
I'm really sad that I'm not going to be able to go to Dallas this year. I went 2 years ago, and so I'm going to miss it this year. Unfortunately, I have a job to do, but I'm definitely going to go next time because Jessica is going to tell us all about those other sessions. You said there was 30 something other, 39 other sessions.
Yes,
So
there's
break it down. What else is out there for other people just in case they haven't registered and they want to go? It's in El
for sure.
Paso. And
Yes.
so tell us what else is out there.
Well, I think before I do that, I just want to tell you when all of you were sharing about your sessions, it just brings so much joy to hear the excitement and
Mhm.
just all the great things that you're going to be presenting. Because when all of you submitted your Google Forms, it's just the writing that we read, the committee was reading, and the sessions as we were trying to put it together, and just seeing all of you, just the passion and the willingness to travel, like for you, Dr. Alma, just coming to El Paso. I know that I've connected with you at a different level, and she's just such an amazing individual. Daniel, I've known him for many years. He's amazing. Gabe, I mean, I know you do great things because Daniel always talks about you, so I love that. um, so it just brings me so much joy that we get to connect and we get to do this work together, because it's definitely about a community of learners. And that's what Dr. Selena Estrada Thomas, who is the executive director of TALAS at the state level, that's something that we wanted to make sure that we highlighted, that we are a community of learners, that we are in this together, that we are learning from one another, and that we need to support each other. And so I had to say that first of all, because it just makes me so happy. But when I look at the sessions, yes, we have about 39 sessions. Around coaching, mentoring, leading with excellence, authors, developing effective systems and processes, throughout the school system. We have JP Consulting that's coming to El Paso too, and they're going to be sharing about how do you prepare for that executive level position. So we have
Mm.
sessions, like I said before, for different audiences. We also have Canutillo ISD. We have human architects who are going to be coming and presenting at our session. We have Dr. Mario Acosta from Solution Tree, who's also going to be a
Mhm.
presenter. We have Garland ISD. We have Taylor ISD. We have West Texas A&M University. I mean,
Nice.
really, all the sessions, when you read them, you're going to feel empowered and just ready to come and learn. So, how do you register? All you have to do is go to TALAS. It's talas.edu.org, and you'll find the flyer there. It'll tell you all the information about Friday. The reception is 5:30 to 7, and then Saturday it's 7:45 to 3:45. And the link is there. You can register. You can always go to our Talas El Paso X account, and you'll find the link so that you can register. So there's still time. It's going to be closing very soon, but if you want to make it and if you want to be part of this amazing event, you got to click and register.
I'm definitely going to already mark my calendar for next year because if I don't put it on my calendar and block it out, something else comes up. Because I can tell you, if Josh is going to be going this year, he's going to be going next year. And so I will definitely have to sign up for the following year because I go anywhere where this man goes, I'm always there. So there you go. He's already taken me to North Carolina. So there you go. I'm going to be going at that. I just, it's such a great organization, and I love the fact that everybody there's so much to learn from these conferences. So I am truly inspired, and I hope everybody really reflects and really learns from these sessions because there's so much to kind of grow and learn from. Josh.
Dr. Alma, ¿sabe qué? I didn't want to take this. Oh, I'm sorry. New Jersey in the house. Dr. Edwin Garcia, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Doc. And also Miguel, yes. Those bite-sized leadership moments, awesome. And Dr. Alma, hey, 915. Hey, if you all don't know, I'm going to give the country like a little coaching session. And I always say this El Paso is like a little utopia. It doesn't matter what minorities there, they're all Mexican. It doesn't matter. Everybody in the whole region talks Spanish. Doesn't matter what color, what race, everyone is Spanish. All right? Mexican. When I moved to Dallas, I learned That no, we're not a monolith. Woo! I learned about Puerto Ricans, Hondureños, Nicaragüenses, Panameños, Cubano. Oh my lord! And then what word did you just say? Oh no, it means this. No, it doesn't mean like that in Mexican Spanish.
That's
Oh
true.
my lord! That was like 2 months within our people. I'm like, what did you just say? What did you say? Come here.
That is so true.
It's oh my lord. So for everybody out there, Illinois, I know we got New Jersey, Illinois in the house, but you know what? Our Hispanic culture is really diverse. Our
It
vocab
is.
and the speed that we talk is totally different. I'm telling you,
Yes.
those Islander Hispanics, calm down, calmado, too fast. I don't understand you. Calm down.
O cantan como
Oh,
cataritos. Hola, ¿cómo
exactly.
están? No sé.
And just for those of you, it's just a fact. We're not making fun of anybody. It's just when you don't understand it, you
Yeah.
learn it, you absorb it, and it makes you a better educator. So you could connect with those babies out there. So before we get into our final two questions, which will be very close, we take a little quick moment to promote a couple of books. And I know I do not get $1 million for this, but I think it's good stuff. Calm in the Chaos. Superintendent Glenn Robbins, if you are a leader, future leader, the Stoics. This way you don't let anything step on your toes sitting in the chair. Because remember, as Todd Whitaker says, when you sneeze, the campus gets a cold. So if you need to stay nice and calm and cool and collective, a great read, and it's the right size for an administrator. He just came out with a second book. He will be on show 61, I think. In a couple of shows, Glenn will be back too. I won't back down. He promoted his book a couple of weeks ago. There's a dark side to education. Trust me, I've tasted it. There's a dark side to education when there's obstacles placed in your path for
Yeah.
success,
Mhm.
when doors are closed within your own field. Trust me, it could get very dirty in our field. This is a great, great book because it ties in educational blocks that he has faced and other people to
Musicians.
musicians that were never supposed to be successful but became successful. This guy you might have heard, Jimi Hendrix. He kind of had a problem. He's one of the artists there. If you're having discipline issues and you have that team member that you just had your summative with, that we gotta put a special plan in place for you next year, Kevin Curtis, he gives you how to do discipline at the campus level, classroom level, and it's so easy that a caveman like me understands it. He's got 1, 2, 3. He tells you what signs to put up in the classroom. He tells you what signs to put up in the campus. It's a great, not a complicated read. We've had him on the show many times. It's good stuff for you. This is the book I will start off with next year. We do one every semester. Why students don't like school. This is how we're going to start out the school year because this is tied into brain research. This is our third brain research book that we do at Memorial Pathway Academy. It's a great read because it just doesn't tell teachers, do this because I said so. That don't work that often.
Mhm.
It's based on brain research, why kids fight us and how we should chunk lessons. It's a great, awesome book. And in case you're bored, last promo right here. Growing Your Why, 23 educators, inspirational stories with one dude writing a chapter in there. Check it out. Here we go. All right. So when I go to conferences to Denver, NASSP, to, I don't know, Nashville, NASSP, North Carolina, when I go to all these conferences, I'm an outsider. So to the panel, all right, guys, I'm going to start off with Jess. Jess, what activities will be there for attendees? You said that the Friday dinner is tapped out, right? What other activities will be there for people that are attending the conferences? And I want the rest of the panel to coach Alma when she comes in from Pflugerville. The P is silent. Because when I go to North Carolina, when I go to Denver, I don't know where to go. And I don't want to go to the drunk street whenever we go. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let's not be coy. Come on, educator. When they make it in Austin, come on. You know what I'm talking about. When you have conferences in Las Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to go Those years are past me. So think about this, Daniel, Gabe. Where can outsiders go to El Paso during these next 2 days? So, Jess, the question for you is this: what does Talas offer to visitors, people that are going to be presenting, people that are going to be taking on the sessions? And then for the rest of the panel, where can people go in the 915? Remember, it's one of the safest cities in the country. So don't think nothing crazy. Just oh,
I think the number one thing that we have prepared is just being able to set a good, I guess, a good conference where attendees are able to have that network opportunity. I don't know how many of you, have people that, you go to a conference and you really want to connect with them. You really want to have, that, their contact information. They're educators just like us. They they've had challenges and barriers, in their journey. So I think just having those opportunities for attendees to be able to network, to be able to talk to them. So right in the morning, you're going to have a welcome reception. You're going to have a chance to meet attendees, to do the registration. If you signed up for the dinner the night before, you're going to get your packet already. So the next day, all you do is really come in and join the conference. You're going to hear a performance by Los Guerreros, Pebble Hills High School Mariachi Group. You're going to be able to get to know the attendees, get to know the presenters. I know for me, I'm going to have a chance to meet everybody that I was able to see in the Google form, and now I'm going to be able to meet them in person. So that's going to be exciting. During lunchtime, we're going to have affinity groups, so you'll be able to join in discussions that you're aligned, with your views, or maybe you want to talk about a specific topic, just because that's something that has been resonating with you. You're having some issues at work, like you were saying, Josh. This field is not, there's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things that we deal with. And so being able to be part of those affinity groups, I think it's going to be powerful. You're also going to have a chance to do the book signing. There's a book signing opportunity with Dr. Mario Acosta, who works for Solution Tree. And then we're going to have more performances before to close up the session. We're going to have a performance by Estrella del Oeste, the Franklin High School Mariachi Group. And so there are just a variety of activities that you're going to be able to just be able to witness. But more than anything, I think is that networking piece, being able to get that contact info, be able to have those follow-up conversations with everybody, and just having a great time while you learn.
perfect. Will lunch be provided or is it on your own?
No, lunch is provided.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Daniel, I'm done with the conference and I want to go experience. Daniel, don't give those old bars you did in high school, right? All right, come on. Hey, I'm the first. I could throw out bar names, too, but come on. We have guests. Limpia la
Oh
casa.
man. I
So,
think I could probably speak for Gabe and I. I think downtown's being revitalized. It's been revitalized and it's a beautiful in the evenings, beautiful area. There's new restaurants, Anthony 11. There's rooftop locations you could go have an adult beverage, enjoy. I think we should have decent weather, pretty nice weather. And we did that last week with our Teacher of the Year gala. We went and just kind of hung out as a as principals. And I think downtown's your area. You could just hang out. There's a lot of new restaurants. It's just El Paso has done a good job in revitalizing that with the Chihuahua Stadium. I think the La Nube is down there where we're on Friday night, and so there's just a lot of cool things happening. So it's a one-stop shop. You don't have to Uber yourself all over the city. The city's growing, so the east side has some new locations, the west side, but for like a one-stop shop, I would say downtown or maybe Gabe's house.
oh,
Gabe
there we
cooks
go.
really
Why
well.
not? Let's all go to Gabe's house. Everybody go to Gabe's house. So how far is Dr. Jess? How far is the venue to downtown? If someone wants to take up Daniel on a suggestion.
From the Friday night or the Saturday night? I mean, the
After
Saturday
the conference.
conference.
After the
After the
conference. Yeah.
conference, I want to say maybe about 15 minutes. It's
Okay.
a very easy drive. I-10. Um, wouldn't you say that, guys. It's about 15 minutes. Yeah, from Burgess High School, that's where the Saturday conference will be, the summit. So it's about a 15-minute drive. You can take an Uber, you can take, taxis, very, very easy access. And like Daniel said, there's a lot of new businesses. There's a lot of great hotels. If you're looking for a hotel, downtown is a place to be. It's just amazing, wonderful, and just lots to do. So I have to agree with him.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And that's very important. Thank you. It's in my alma mater, going to Burgess. Great job. And so it is 15 minutes. Gabe, anything else you'd like to add to that for visitors?
Enjoy the food. I think it was already said that we have the best Mexican food, and we do. I mean, I've lived in Austin. I've done the Tex-Mex in New Mexico. I've done the Sonoran in Arizona, which is still good. But I think when it comes down to it, we have the best Mexican food. Enjoy it. Julio's off the gateway is kind of by the conference. If you want to go there, you can't miss L&J. Have some Chicos tacos while you're at it. But really enjoy it. Enjoy the accessibility of El Paso. It's not a town that's going to take you an hour and a half to get from one point to the other. You can really get from the far west to the far east, minus some traffic and construction aside, in about 30 minutes. Take the scenery in. We're right on the mountain. We have UTEP, which is the architecture enough. You get to drive down I-10. You can see El Paso High, which is a monument in itself, and then take in the beautiful facilities that we have here in El Paso, in our district as well. But don't miss out on the food. You won't regret going to any of the Mexican places here. They're absolutely delicious.
Awesome. Dr. Alma, have you ever been to 915?
I have never. I've heard a lot, and now I want to go try out the food to see if it's real.
Es la verdad, Dr. Alma, es la verdad. No te mentimos. Es la verdad.
Well, I will tell you this, and I'll do a shameless plug. So, a big reveal, but you have to follow us on LinkedIn for this. The next Dallas State Conference will be in the Austin area, folks. So, 2026 Austin area Dallas Conference here. And so, I'll share a little bit, like talking about food. We are a taco truck company of the world. Like we have tons of taco trucks. We're also music driven. Anything downtown is going to be about music and having fun. And so, yes, I can't wait to experience El Paso, but I can't wait for you guys to be in Austin.
Awesome. Dr. Moreno.
¿Qué pasó?
Pues la
Am I
última
closing?
pregunta. Pues la última pregunta.
There is no other one.
Yes. Closing thoughts, panel. Closing thoughts. Daniel, any closing thoughts?
Sorry.
Thank you for this opportunity. This is it's beautiful. Just what education does to connect everybody, and just the power of surrounding yourself with people that love kids, that are good for kids, that are in the trenches with you. So this is just an amazing thing. There's so many people that came before me, opened doors for me, and if there's any way that we could do that for others, just name drop Mr. Acuna, Mr. Salgado. We got Rob Robledo, who just fill life into you, add value. And so these are people that have opened doors for me. And so I want to make sure that we do that for others too, because this is a world that kids are awesome, and if you don't love it as much as we do, we hope that you will get that passion after talking with us or even seeing what beautiful education is, because education it's hard, it's tough, but it's beautiful. And what we get to do every day, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I lost my dad and my brother during COVID, and those individuals were there for me. They opened. When I was actually on a call with my leadership team, and I found out that my brother passed away, and immediately after that meeting ended, I walked out the door, and there was an administrator, Mr. Lara, who just just hugged me. He didn't say anything. He just hugged me. Mr. Acuna just hugged me. He was that father figure to me, and still is. He still checks up on me on a weekly basis.
Aww.
That's life. That's what we do. It's hard, but that we can do it together. And so I'm very grateful. But this is just a beautiful opportunity to just share what we do on a daily basis. We get to love our kids on a daily basis. High five them, give them a thumbs up, whatever it is, man. Just encouragement. So thank you.
Appreciate you. Closing thoughts, Dr. Jessica.
Wow, Daniel, that was powerful. I think this is just a testament that we're doing what's best for kids, right? We do what we can do, what we're able to do. Every day we show up for kids, and so we need to show up for one another, like for principals, for associate superintendents, for teachers. You have to be there for them.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful community of, just learning and support and understanding. And so, and it's a difficult job at any level, at any level. As far as your experience, it's hard, it's difficult, it's challenging. You have hard days and good days. And so being able to validate that, to give you grace, and to also reach out to those people that are your cheerleaders, right? Because they are going to be there for you. And so I just feel very blessed that I have those people in my life, that I can call them and I can reach out. And this platform, what you're doing, Josh, is part of that. You continue to make a difference. Dr. Moreno, continue making a difference. We're in this together. And like I always tell my staff, teamwork makes a dream work. It really does. This is not a one person job. This is all of us together and learning from one another, because there's no perfect educator. There's just people that want to learn and grow and be better every single day for our kids, because our kids, that's our business, our kids, our customers. And so we got to do what's best for them.
Awesome. Dr. Alma, ¿qué onda?
Well, I just want to echo everyone who had just mentioned of this power in the network of Dallas for Latinos. And so, guys, for so long and for so many years, we have received messages of inadequacies. We're not good enough. We don't have what it takes. And we're here to tell you that that is all BS. You do have what it takes. And most importantly, you have a network behind you. So if you're seeking to leverage up your skills, you're seeking to get into that next position, this is a time to do so. Come and join us in El Paso. Join us, T.A.L.A.S. Join T.A.L.A.'s website. Join the network. We need you. We need you to continue on this work. It's really important that now, specifically now, where public education is under attack and our community is under attack, this is the time to rise. This is a time for us to come together in unity and say, regardless of what's happening, we will persist, we will be resilient, and we will make it happen. And there's not a more important time than now to get involved and for us to build this network that's strong for our kids. So yes, so happy to be here. Thank you, Josh, for all you have done for the community through your podcast. Thank you, Dr. Moreno.
Thank you. Gabriel, ¿qué onda?
When I think of, what I think about and what I like about this particular conference is it really gives you a choice, a menu, as you if you will, and what I think with education is 99% of the time someone's gone through what we're going through or something that we're going into. So rather than reinventing the wheel, we can look to fellow educators or someone who's been in that problem and get their perspective, and then really look to see, hey, I never thought about that. So going to the different sessions and actually seeing like, hey, maybe this one's not for me, but I know that this one is. And I know that when I go to conferences, that's what I really look for. What can I relate to? And then how can I implement it on my campus? So whether you're a teacher, whether you're an instructional coach, and it doesn't matter what level, that's really something that you can take from this conference is, okay, I saw this session. I absorbed everything. I took it in as like a sponge, but it really is, how am I going to change it for next year? Because we're already talking about 25, 26, because that's right around the corner.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you, panel. But we're not done. And I do not need to explain the word ganas to this panel. When I've got team members from New York and Illinois, I got to go through a whole dissertation of what that one spiritual word is. And I'm not going to take time right now for that because it's Mother's Day and we're going to finish the lightning round real quick. We're going to start off with you, young man, Daniel. Remember, it's a lightning round. If you talk too much, other than number 2, I'm going to go, that's too long. Whammy. Insert Pac-Man. All right? So it's a lightning round. So here we go, Daniel. All of them are coming your way. Give advice to a new administrator.
With one question, what do you want to be known for? And that question is going to drive what you do in the classroom, outside in the cafeteria, when you go to the games. What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be an administrator that's there for kids, that's presently present? What is it you want to be known for? That one question.
Lightning round. On
a daily basis.
Did he freeze? Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Read a note, an email, a text from a teacher or student that inspired you. You can take your time on this one.
Was that one for me?
Yes.
Sorry, you froze. I couldn't. Okay. It wasn't a note. It was actually Mr. Lara giving me that hug, that bear hug. Sometimes our kids need that interaction, that physical
Mhm.
hug, because they don't get it at home. We don't know what this hand does. It could be used to hit them. It could be used for abuse. But we want to make sure at the schools, when they walk into our schools, that these hands are going to be served to provide positive interaction with them. And so to me, it was Mr. Lara giving me that hug.
Send some flowers to a current educator that inspires you.
Man, that's a good one. I'm going to send them to Mr. Acuna. He's been in
All right.
education for such a long time.
Name one person that people should follow on social media.
I'm going to say Rob Robledo.
Rob Roberto. Which Marvel or DC character do you identify with? Why?
Hey, this is a good question. I'm gonna say Iron Man. I love his humor, his banter,
All
his
right.
fashion.
What's your favorite song that gets you
By Dirt.
motivated?
I'm gonna say By Dirt by Luke Bryant and trying to blank on the other.
Uh, all right. What's your
Yeah,
favorite fast food restaurant? And the favorite.
tacos. I love tacos. Don't Google any tacos. I love tacos.
Those of you in Iowa that just heard that, that's a very regional place. Just so you all know, all right? But it's tacos. What is your favorite? What's your favorite reality show?
I love any house show, any home show. It could be selling. It could be renovation.
And how can people get a hold of you, sir, if they want to tap that knowledge?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm going back to TikTok. I know I get a little heat there because I try to promote my attendance, and my attendance is not where it needs to be, but it's coming back. But I'm on all those social media platforms. Daniel Medina for the Valley.
Thank you. Gabriel. Gabe.
Sir.
Enséñale, por favor, qué es lightning round. Can you please show him what a lightning round is, please? I didn't say War and Peace. I didn't say.
Josh, give him a break.
Come on. Here we go, Gabriel.
I didn't think I was first.
All right, give advice to a new administrator.
Use every interaction as a moment to leave a positive impression.
Read a note, an email, a text from a teacher or student that inspires you.
I got this for principal's appreciation. You're so cool. You have Riz. You're not a noob. You also have 100+ aura. You're a Sigma and have a Rizzy day.
Eso, you got Riz, bro? I love it. Send some flowers to a current educator that inspires you.
My wife, she is an English teacher at one of our high schools here, and I've learned so much from her, and she's my soundboard.
Perfect. Name one person people should follow on social media.
His name's Jared Lamb, principal_Lamb. I find him on Instagram. He's got a lot of good ideas for educators on how to impact culture and climate.
What Marvel or DC character do you identify with, sir? Why?
Batman, because he's human.
Eso. What's your favorite song when you need to get motivated?
Doing Live with Me by Eric Church, because what motivates me is my family, and they're along for the ride, and they support me every step of the way.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant? And what's your favorite meal there?
Fast food restaurant, we don't have them here in El Paso, but In-N-Out Burger. Give me a double, no sauce, extra fries, chocolate shake.
All right. What's your favorite reality show?
I don't watch reality TV, sir.
Where can people get a hold of you, sir?
Best way it is email me, glopez87ysd.net, or at bams_glopez on X. And I look forward to anybody who wants to get a hold of me. That way we can tap knowledge together, and we're in this together.
Dr. Alma, lista, ahí vamos. Give advice to a new administrator.
Tell your story, change the world.
Read a note, an email, a text from a teacher or student that inspired you.
Okay, here it goes. Thank you, Alma, for sharing your story, truly anchored around your why and supported students, families, and communities.
Love it. Send some flowers to a current educator that inspires you.
Definitely Dr. Selena Estrada Thomas, who is leading the way for our T.A.L.A.S organization at the state level, bringing a lot of affiliates in our regions and making us all come together and do some really, really good work.
Name one person people should follow on social media.
Miguel Castillo, he's advocating for migrant kiddos.
Exactly. And thank you for being on the call, Miguel. Which Marvel or DC character do you identify with? Why?
Well, definitely Wonder Woman.
Eso. Nothing else needs to be said with that. What's your favorite
Yeah,
song?
that's it. November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
Woo! Así me gusta. What's your favorite your favorite fast food restaurant, and what meal do you have there?
It has to be Taco Palenque all over the 956, and they have the most amazing corn in a cup.
Corn in a cup. What's your favorite reality show?
I don't have one, but anything having to do with cook and chefs.
All right. And how can people get a hold of you at Pflugerville?
And I'm definitely on LinkedIn, Alma Gonzalez de Castillo.
Love it. Doctora Jessica, let's close off the show con la presidenta de Talas. Give advice to a new administrator.
Let me see. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Tomorrow is a new day to rise and shine. And this is something that I tell my students every single day during announcements. Rise and shine, Red Hawks.
Love it. Read a note, an email, or email text from a teacher student that inspired you.
Okay, so a teacher wrote this. Behind every teacher is also a great leader that supports and leads with a huge heart.
Love it. Send some flowers to a current educator that inspires you.
My husband, he's finishing up his national board certification. He's going to be finished in a few weeks. So I am super proud. He's a physical education teacher and he rocks. So
Love it. Name one person people should follow on social media.
T.A.L.A.S El Paso.
There we go. Which Marvel or DC character do you identify with? ¿Por qué?
Oh, that one, I would say Spider-Man, because man, I can be anywhere and everywhere in less than a minute. All I need is my tennis shoes. Woo! That radio, I go fast.
Love it. What is your favorite song when you need that motivation?
We Are the Champions by Queen. It just
All
reminds
right.
me the work that we do. We are the champions.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant, and what do you eat there, ma'am?
I don't have one, but I love my mom's mole. I haven't found the right mole. My mom makes the best. So chicken and mole for my mom.
Mom's mole. If you're in Wisconsin and you just heard about mole, research it. It's thebomb.com. All right. What's your favorite reality show?
I don't have one, but I do like Abbott Elementary, and I love the principal, Ava Coleman, because she's crazy, and it's all the things that you wouldn't do as a principal. I just found this show this past spring break. Man, that's hilarious. If you haven't, you have to watch it.
And how can people get a hold of you, young lady?
I'm in X, Jess M. Carrillo, 2 R's, 2 L's, and then also in LinkedIn as Jessica Melendez Carrillo.
Thank you, panel, for being here. Looking forward to being with all of you. I just came back from 915. I'm going back to 915 this coming up week, making sure that we're all stronger together, learning from each other, because remember that iron sharpens iron. I would like to give you all a shout out from Jimmy Casas, who was our guest last week. And he says, say hello to my T.A.L.A.S friends. So hello, Jimmy. I just told him I've been working with him since I was at Socorro High School. Great guy. Always speaks highly about you guys. So don't forget, you got champions out in the background. And don't forget to join us next week. We've got next week Joe Sanfilippo next week. And after that, Dave Burgess. Nothing but the top talent like today on the PGP podcast. And that's why we need you. So please make sure that you remember to like and share this. We get no money out of this. We only get free PD. Free PD from educators like this from all over the world. We've had people from Trinidad and Tobago, from New Zealand, from Morocco and Canada. We've had everybody to top names like Jimmy Casas, Principal Cafele. We have everybody here that's important. And you don't have to get a PO and get it signed by your principal. And then that goes to the area superintendent. And then they have to justify why you're paying for that PO. All of this is for free. And if I don't know about your state, but in Texas, we kind of owe some money in every district, just a little bit, just some change, and we'll find it under the sofa, just a couple of million here and there. But hey, it's only amongst friends. But not here, not here. It's for free. And before I close out, panel, don't hang up. I need to talk to you afterwards. And before I close up, here's the surprise, Mari. la matraca. This is our first year anniversary, Moreno. Exactly. And you know what? Most podcasts don't last this long. They tap out by 10. We're way above that, and we're coming on strong because we're already booked all the way to July. So please go to our YouTube channel, check out the past shows, subscribe to it. I ain't getting no money from that. Just subscribe because it's free PD. So we appreciate you. And strong the fourth quarter, and we'll see you next week with Joe Sanfilippo. Peace out. Say goodbye, panel.
Bye.